whole place is just a machine and a tool to be able to make whatever the heck it is that is needed. So whether it's apparel or clothing or cars or whatever, we're going to do that.
What do our customers need in terms of protection? Does that turn into pants? Does it turn into armor? Does it turn into something we haven't even thought of yet? Focus on what would be the ideal solution to the problem and then figure out a way to make it, not the other way around.
Our basic customer is anyone from special operations community, militaries, foreign and domestic, and that's federal agencies as well.
When I was studying fashion design, I definitely didn't plan someday to be designing the next generation combat uniform. The starting point in terms of innovation is always looking at materials. How can we make this higher performing, lighter weight, and stronger? And I immediately went to Cordura.
As a product creator, the relationship between the application and the raw material development is critical. People that are willing to understand what you're trying to do and help you get there with a raw material, in this case, Cordura is that partner.
Cordura is the gold standard. Pretty much our entire line, to some extent, holds some sort of Cordura element within it, from uniform fabrics to heavy duty, like plate carriers, backpack fabrics, the whole thing. We have right now about 30,000 yards of Cordura on the shelf in various forms, whether it be NICO or 500 denier, 330 denier, 1000 denier.
We've been working with Cordura fabric since our very first G1 uniform. We used it in our AC uniform after that, used it in G3, and now in G4. For G4, we wanted to create a fabric that was lighter and stronger than our current fabric. VTX Ripstop is the lightest weight stretch Cordura NICO uniform fabric that's made in the USA.
One of the parts of developing a new apparel item is you want to make sure it doesn't wear out quickly. In the military, they define a wear out by, I think a uniform is 6 to 9 months. When a customer buys something from us, they're getting something that lasts, in many cases, years and years, because the textiles we use are so great.
We work very closely with Cordura's R&D team to evaluate the fabric. Things like abrasion testing to emulate wear and tear on the field. We were able to get the abrasion resistance of VTX Ripstop to well over our garment's life cycle. VTX Ripstop has 3 times higher tear strength, and it's 4 times more breathable. It also has a 60% faster dry time than 50/50 NICO.
We're always having to prove ourselves through the product. We never want to lose that. It lets you know really quickly if you're doing something that's useful or not. If the customers that we work with are buying our equipment, it's because they want it. They can buy anything.
We're building things in the US. We're trying to do it the right way. We need to see every operation. We need to see every step.
Once we make a first prototype, that immediately goes out to end users for feedback. So within a week of me receiving the first test garments from the G4 line of apparel, it was already overseas and being used on the battlefield. I think that's the most rewarding part of the job, is knowing that the stuff that you're designing and making, it's not a costume on a set, it's being used real world. They're rappelling, they're climbing over walls, they're fast roping out of helicopters. The material has stood up and it's just performed in every situation. It's so reliable, the guys just don't even have to think about it. They just have it, they use it, they don't even know that it's there. And I don't think that we would have had the success that we have had with it so far, and the end user response be as great as it has been without Cordura.